Minna minna, konnichiwa. It's officially 1 month left to go for the Final Fantasy Remake Episode 1 to drop, and I'm feeling all the feels right now. I wanted to also share with you a whole bunch of news that's come out recently in articles all over the place. Like Kitase-san's been talking, Tetsuya Nomura-san's been talking, just about everything that's been going on behind the scenes with the remake. So let's get into a few of these details. One of the first things that Kitase-san has addressed is side quests in the game. I'm sure a bunch of you might remember a bunch of the side quests that were in FF15, and some of them made me think, why on earth were they included in the first place? I'm not even going to go into the details. I was kind of worried when they mentioned side quests in FF7. I was like, I really hope it's not like FF15 where we just go off and like do a whole bunch of shit that sometimes isn't even relevant or isn't even substantial in like the story element of that particular side quest. All the side quests that we know from the original FF7 were really substantial. They had a motive behind it. They had either an epic weapon waiting behind it, they had an epic item waiting behind it, or they had some other spin-off to the story. For example, with Lucretia and Vincent and all them feels that went on. The original FF7 side quests were hands down amazing. But what about the FF7 remake side quests? Well, Kitase actually confirmed that the quality of the side quests in the FF7 remake will be just as high quality as the actual storyline of FF7 remake. So rest assured that we won't get any weird little side quests. It's not a fetch quest. We should be in for a little bit of a treat with these side quests, so I'm looking forward to seeing what some of them are going to be like. One of the other really interesting things in one of the recent articles is Kitase-san mentions that huge spiraling like bird's eye view we get of Midgar with all of the inner city workings happening. Like we see people in their day-to-day lives, we see people roaming about the streets, even when people like bump into Aeris, we see a really close-up shot of Loveless Street, which is very close to that reactor that Cloud and, Avalanche and co are about to go and blow up. And he said he's done this because he wants us as the gamers to feel that sense of what it actually means to go ahead and blow up this Mako reactor. It's right next to these people's homes. It's right next to their livelihoods. These people are living their daily lives. They're going about their business. They're innocent, right? Essentially what Avalanche is about to do is something very contradictory. In this scene, what Kitase wants us to really feel is that sense of dread, is that sense of, I guess, guilt. Like, he wants us to feel some guilt of what we're about to go and do. Obviously, he wants us to understand that these inhabitants of Midgar, these innocent people, are being affected by this huge, like, cataclysmic destruction that's happening within Midgar. But then also that contradiction between, well, who is the real enemy here? Who is the real enemy of the people? And what is the real motive behind the actions? And I was thinking about this and I kind of thought to myself, this just shows the class and the depth of Square Enix, the developers and the team working on this game, and those that have been working on this game when it was the actual original game, that hold true the values to the original game. And that is that this game, when it was first released, got us all thinking. Yet again, Kitase is getting us to think again and to reimagine what it would be like for these citizens that are about to be destroyed, right? Like, people will have lost their lives in this bombing. But I love the fact that this remake is going to hold true to those values of not just being a game about rush in and feel all these feels and have all this excitement and bish bash bosh, like press X, press square, press circle, and yeah, we just beat Sephiroth, the game is over. No. This game is about so much more. It's about feeling the ride as we go along with the characters on this crazy ride of ups and downs, of highs and lows, of like all this turmoil, all this happiness and sadness, everything mixed together. And these are the values that I appreciate so much about Final Fantasy VII, because this is not just a game about playing something and killing the bad guy and everybody wins. No. This is about all of everything that goes on behind the characters' stories, behind their livelihoods, as well as reflecting us as human beings within these characters, and essentially our feelings as we go ahead and we journey on through this game. So thank you, Square Enix, for putting that in there. for noting it in this article and to actually bring this up so that future generations, the newbies that play this game, the cute little newbies, hi, that play this game, actually understand the depth and the worth of this game, of the characters in the game, of the storyline in this game, and the fact that this game is so much more than just bashing X and like bashing square and circle. Lastly, I'd like to take a moment to just recognize again Square Enix work ethic and again their values behind putting this game together. They didn't just choose Japanese developers, even though I'd be like more than happy with that. I love Japan and I love Japanese people. Shout out to all my Japanese followers. I said it. But no, they didn't just choose Japanese developers. Kitase actually goes out of his way to say, we chose developers and we chose team members from around the world to work on this game. They understood that this game is loved by people all around the world. Like, this isn't a game that was just big in Japan or just big in England or just big in America. This game was big everywhere for everyone. And so they pulled together this amazing team of amazing individuals, all from different parts of the world. So again, thank you Square Enix for thinking of all of us, for representing all of us on your team for the FF7 remake. Thank you all for all the wonderful work that you've done on the FF7 remake. I can tell from the demo that it's going to be the most loved game of this decade. It will be the most talked about game of like any other game that will ever be remade. I know it's gonna be incredible and I can't wait to play episode 1. I'm so excited. And lastly, I've also applied to the Square Enix Partner Program. Guys, this is huge. I actually really technically don't meet the requirements. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I don't have as many views as, whatever the requirements are for the Square Enix Partner Program. However, I applied because it's evident. It's evident in every single one of my videos how much I love this game, how much I love this franchise, and how much I adore Square Enix and what they do. I will be more than thrilled to join the partner program, even if it's just me making videos about Final Fantasy VII, all my love for the games, whatever. That is totally cool with me because I'm going to keep doing this, whether I'm in the partner program or not. And I guess, guys, we're going to be on this crazy ride for a long time. If you're a new subscriber, konnichiwa, it's lovely to have you here. And guys, that's it from me. I will see you in my next video. If you aren't following me on Instagram yet, please check me out on there. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. You're my Final Fantasy fan. Sayonara.